Big news. Brian Kelly likes Louisiana food like everyone else on earth.
Shocking.
Crawfish, grilled oysters. Oh, the grilled oysters maybe not the most popular one. I will give him this on the Boston, Midwestern, Louisiana accent. I do not believe that's why he said that family in tortured way.
Why did
he? When you switch places in the country, it messes with you. I had a disastrously strong Boston accent when I was a kid, and I moved to the Midwest, and I can't pronounce anything. So the struggle is real, Pat. The struggle is real.
I think he was trying to put a little affectation on it. I'm not sure it was completely an involuntary family.
No, he was fraudulent on that, but it is confusing.
I'm sure.
It's confusing. I don't know how bad his accent was as a kid, but he was on the North Shore. I don't know. But he made it through his first thing. You know, the interesting thing, and he actually talked about this, he addressed the recruiting of LSU, which has been good. He's got a top 10 class, and he's got plenty of chances to close that ranks, to move up. It's not out of the question LSU doesn't end up at least around 5 or 6 or something like that in the rankings. It's just not unbelievable, but good. But they're not killing it with Louisiana players the way they usually did. Obviously, Arch Manning was the biggest go, but I don't think Arch was. I don't care who you brought in as your coach. I don't think Arch was going to LSU.
Right.
I guess they could have found somebody, but Kelly has gone out and got really good players from Indianapolis and Minneapolis and Baltimore, and put a little twist of. Long Beach, he went like a little bit of the Notre Dame twist on the national thing. And I think he said, look, one of the things we talked about was, maybe expanding out a little bit to get to pick in get some guys. And so he's got this national recruiting base. He's recruited everywhere. And then obviously worked the South, but that's kind of where he's at. I mean, there isn't a whole lot to discuss with Brian Kelly, but that is the one big concern is, why haven't they cleaned up? I think there are 9 top 100 recruits from the state of Louisiana, or about depending on what recruiting system you want. And right now, Louisiana State has I think just one of them. So, or there's 10 and they only has one. And a really good linebacker from Baton Rouge, Jaden Osbury, might go to Notre Dame, which is kind of funny. But so I don't know. Do you take anything from the lack of Louisiana stars and just stars from elsewhere?
Nope. Next year at this time, if it's the same situation, then yes. But first year, you got to get things up and running. He is an outsider. Ed Orgeron played every, Louisiana Cajun Eat Mama's gumbo card he possibly had. And Brian Kelly comes in with a completely different persona and approach. And I think, he looked at it's like, okay, we have relationships with these guys from Notre Dame. Let's go see if we can get them. And we'll build the relationships in Louisiana. And we'll see where they are in the 2024 class, probably more importantly than 2023. I mean, yes, sure, you would like to get some of them. But I wouldn't press the panic button now that Brian Kelly can't recruit Louisiana. It just may take him a while to get going on it.